Alzheimer's disease has touched me personally. My father died of Alzheimer's disease, and two of his siblings, two of my aunts, died of Alzheimer's disease. I have seen the devastation that it produces to an individual and their family.
It's hard to find anybody nowadays who doesn't have not somebody directly or at least indirectly related to them who's afflicted by this disease. And personally, I've had that experience with my father, 8 years ago. So there is certainly, again, that's the first thing that comes up with people, is that they want to know more about what you're doing. What are the advances? Are there new things coming out? Or is there any hope in the future?
My grandfather he died of pneumonia, but he had a dementia in his 80s. So I had enough of that that experience through my mother and through the grandparents to understand that this has a huge impact on families, and I can empathize with the Ryans and their situation from that.
When you add in Tom Ryan's personal conviction about the importance of this work and how much he personally is invested in the success of this mission, it creates a very unique cocktail, an important foundation for being able to do something as innovative as we're trying to do here.
The exciting thing, about science is the serendipity of it. It's always that discovery that you did not expect. You have an experiment, you want to test this hypothesis, and all something just pops out. I didn't expect it. It turns out this is a really important lead. And that excitement when, wow, all of a sudden, you made this important connection that's going to take you to the next step, and that's really what drives me as a scientist. I think, and a lot of scientists.
I think success will only come from the willingness to look at this disease and the other dementias from a new perspective, and to be willing to pursue and take chances in alternative ways of achieving the goal. When you add in the support that the university and the state leadership provided, it's a very compelling mix.
We still have so many unanswered questions about Alzheimer's disease, and neurodegenerative diseases aren't just Alzheimer's. There's Parkinson's, there's Huntington's, there's ALS. There's so many pressing, important questions that need to be asked and answered.
Research, is not a sprint; it's a marathon, is what I always say. It's a long-term venture, and the exciting thing about research is you make the discovery, and even if it's a little discovery, it advances to the next stage, and then that's where we generate the excitement and enthusiasm for doing work.
I think in the last 10, 15, 20 years, we've learned so much more about the brain and the nervous system. So I think if we didn't have hope, we wouldn't be scientists. We always have to feel that we're going to make a difference.
The potential of doing something permanent, that's the appeal of research, is if we find something out and it produces an improvement in that condition, whether it's Alzheimer's disease or cancer or whatever, it's forever. And that's really exciting.